What's going on, everybody? This is Terry Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about the differences in how men and women feel about sex. A lot of the times, the stuff that I'm talking about on my page, you can see a very clear contrast between the way men and women feel towards sex in general. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, women are very guarded with sex. You know, they in most situations they have to have some type of emotional connection with the person that they're having sex with. And men don't. You know, men for the most part need a sexual, if they are sexually attracted to a woman, that's really all they really need to be able to engage in sex with her. That and her being down to give consent to do it. And so I want you to think about it like this. If women wanted to have sex as much as men, there's nothing stopping them from doing it. Any attractive woman can go to any bar, any club, and find a man that's willing to give her sex right then that night. No questions asked. But they normally don't, because they have values that they require to be met. They want somebody that usually wants to be in a relationship with them or has demonstrated that they care about them, something to that effect. Now, for a man can sleep with a random woman and not think nothing about it. You know, a lot of the women that I slept with in the past, I didn't know their last name, don't remember who they are, because the sex was just sex. It was something enjoyable. Think about it like this. If a woman meets a new female friend, right? And within the first couple of days hanging around her, she finds out that in the past week she slept with 4 different dudes. You think her thought or her perception of that woman is going to be positive or negative? It's going to be negative, right? She's going to be a hoe. She's going to probably stop hanging around her, etc., right? Because that woman is clearly behaving in a way that violates most women's value system. Now, let's reverse it. A dude starts hanging with a new dude, and within a few days, he figured out last week he smashed 4 new chicks. You know, the dude showing them pics in his phone, showing them how sexy the chicks, how fat their asses are, etc. You think he's going to look at that dude negative? Hell no. He's going to want to hang around him. He's going to want to pick his brain for tips. He's going to want to figure out what he's doing so that he can get on that level to do the same thing. That is the difference between how men and women feel about sex. Men don't need anything special to want sex from a woman. We're sexual beings. You know, that's why it's so hard for men to be faithful, because sleeping with only one woman is really a contradiction to what comes natural to most men. You know, at least for the men that have the qualities and the tangible things that it takes to attract women. So I just wanted to break down that difference in scenarios, because women often, you know, that I interact with seem to forget that they have a much different value system on when it comes to sex than men do. And then they wonder why men are not as forgiving as cheating. Because based off what I've just spoken about, if a woman cheats on a man that she loves, it's not just random sex. She has some type of connection with that guy. You know, because if women just wanted to have random sex, they would be sleeping with multiple men at all times. And that's not the case for most women. Most women can go several months or years without having sex with anybody. Why? Because she places a very high value on her vagina. So that's the reason that a guy can cheat on his girl, and when she asks him about it, like, man, it was just sex. It didn't mean nothing. And he could be completely honest about how he felt about the situation. But in her brain, she's viewing it through her value system and how she values sex. And so that's why it's such a big deal to women. But I just wanted to break it down, and hopefully this can explain a lot more than me trying to type it on my Instagram page or Facebook or something like that can. Make sure you follow me on my social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Yeah, that's all. Again, this has been Terry Duran. Hope I helped out. Submit your questions to me by email or DM, and I'll do my best to respond. Thanks for tuning in.